Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 2 of What If Naruto Lost Everything and travel to the DC Universe. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the new series over Anime Prints of What If Naruto sealed Kaguya inside of himself and trained for 6,000 years, and enjoy that guys. And also I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto had his father's intelligence and his mother's hair. So go ahead and enjoy that as well guys over on Anime King. And also if you're new, yes I indeed have 4 channels, Anime King, Anime King 2, and Anime King 3, which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So yeah, go ahead and check out the other channels guys, links will be down in the description. Comment down below and tell me if you're new so I can welcome you personally. And don't forget to turn on the bell notification so you can see exactly when I post. So without further ado, what do you say we jump right into this new episode begin? Now guys. So the last spot we left off, they had lost the war and Naruto had lost everything, with nothing left except for pain and sadness. Kurama ended up using his chakra to distort time itself, as he brought Naruto to somewhere that he could start over. Arriving towards the location, Naruto read the sign as he was in a place called Smallville, as he made his way towards his new destination. As Naruto decided to use his clones to learn information after he met a girl there, as she helped him to the library. He had to say she was rather beautiful. Arriving there, Naruto learned a lot, as there were supposed heroes in this world. However, he didn't want any of that, he just wanted to relax. Maybe to finally find the peace that his past friends were looking for and never could find. Yeah, that is what he wanted to do. However, Kurama knew that someone like Naruto could never, fully completely, get himself out of his own career. Despite the past being different for him, Kakashi had taken Naruto in when he was much younger and trained Naruto to be a powerful ninja. So by the time the war came around, Naruto was immensely powerful, but yet, they still lost. There was so much pain and so much grief. Naruto had PTSD it seems, he even slept in the closet. As Naruto was able to find out that his coins here were made from pure gold, which he sold for a lot of money, as he ended up buying a farm. So with that, Naruto went to town, and he met Kara. Kara had called Barb's Batgirl to tell her about the guy that she met here. As surprisingly, Naruto was able to master the language. She was shocked by that, considering that he couldn't speak English the other day. He was surely gifted, she thought to herself. Something like this seemed maybe a bit too out of the realm of reality. However, she didn't question it, as she made her way with him. As Naruto ended up finding a ramen store and, well, he ate and ate and ate. Kara passed by and she was shocked as she couldn't believe that he was the one that ate all of that, as she wondered where did all the food go. So with that, they went to the supermarket. As Naruto started to pick out things, when he saw the ramen aisle, Naruto poured everything into the cart. A cart with nothing but ramen. Naruto also bought some furniture and different things. As the lady at the store was teasing Kara about Naruto, saying that she seemed to like him. So with that, as they made their way outside, Naruto thanked her for her help and bid her goodbye. Arriving back towards his new home, Naruto ended up still sleeping in the closet. As Naruto had to have something to do, some kind of hobby, he decided to do farming. Yes, that seemed to be a good thing. So he started with farming. So 2 weeks later, Naruto found himself at the local seeds market as he did not know what to do. That is when Jonathan Kent saw him and spoke to him. Jonathan was a really nice man and decided to help Naruto. As Naruto thanked him, calling him sensei, he was confused by that as Naruto said that it was a Japanese terms. Using clones, Naruto was able to gather much information about much things, so he was able to properly understand things more, although Sometimes he uses accent and mix words up. That is when Martha found out that Kara has been liking someone in the little homestead that they live in. When the cashier told her everything that was going on, as Martha watched as Kara looked away, not looking her in the eyes. Kara quickly packed their stuffs and got out of there, not wanting Martha to say anything else more about it as she left. As Martha decided to go and find Jonathan. So yeah guys, basically let's left off. You guys can switch across the play, check it out for yourself, and also don't forget to go ahead and check out the other what ifs of the other channels. Yes, I indeed have 4 of them guys: Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, Anime Prince guys. So go ahead, check them out, and yeah, enjoy. Without further ado, wasting more time, what do you say we jump right into the brand new episode? Begin now guys. Well kid, they will have everything over there later this afternoon, said Jonathan, as both him and Ruta exit the store. So I should be there around 5 in the morning to start your first lesson. Sounds good. As Naruto nodded. Yes, Jonathan Sensei, he said. Shouldn't be a problem at all. As Naruto was pushing an industrial cart with mud tires on it. Still though, why did you buy the cart? You won't have much of a use for it. Ruin the corn, said Jonathan. Well, this nice girl Kara gave me and my groceries a ride home a few days back. Figure instead of hoping for rides with my food, I could use this, said Naruto as he tapped the cart with his foot. Did you say Kara? Jonathan said with surprise. Still surprised that Naruto had not put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, about that. Is she distantly related to you by chance? I know you guys have the same last name, but she seemed to spend a lot of time in town. So I figured that you were like her second uncle or something. Jonathan just blinked. So he did pick up on that we were related. But how come Kara never mentioned him? Martha probably knows something. She always knows something, he thought. Well, I'm actually her uncle. I'm surprised that she hasn't mentioned you at all, or my wife and I to you. I didn't even know that there was someone new in town until this morning. Very strange. Weird, Naruto thought, as both of them shared a look. At the same time they said woman. They smiled as they both broke out in laughter. You're a good kid, Naruto, said Jonathan as he patted him on the shoulder. Well, don't you two look as thick as thieves? The both of them turned to see Martha Kent, standing there with a smile. Hey dear, you and Kara all done with groceries? Yes we are, she said as she walked up to Naruto and extended her hand. I know that Kara and my husband have probably both told you about me, but I'm Martha Kent. And it's very nice to meet you, young man. Not wanting to be rude, Naruto took the hand and gave a polite shake. Naruto Uzumaki, I have a feeling that we're going to be seeing a lot of each other. Jonathan almost smacked himself in the face when he saw the playful glint in Martha's eyes. Oh, you and Kara are already a couple. Oh, that was quick, even for her. As Naruto's eyes widened as he shook his head. No, he said. Not to be rude, but we hardly know each other. What I meant is that Jonathan Sensei has offered to teach me how to farm. Martha looked towards her husband, who nodded and patted Naruto's shoulder. Yep, this young man has not the first clue on how to farm. I figure I would pass down my knowledge to someone. You know, since Clark has his reporting job and whatnot in Metropolis. Martha nodded with a polite smile as the Ken truck pulled up. Hey ma, said Kara as she hopped out. Did you find Pop? She stopped dead in her tracks as she saw Naruto standing there. Naruto, she said, with a slight blush. I figured that you would be at the library. What are you doing here? She said. Both Jonathan and Martha shared a look as they watched the two of them. Well, I've never been that good with book learning, so I figure I'll just give it a whirl, said Naruto with a laugh. But after staring at seats for about 45 minutes until Jonathan Sensei came by and introduced himself, I realized it might be a bad idea. However, he has offered to be my sensei in the ways of farming, thankfully, said Naruto, as he struck the pose at the end, causing all 3 of them to sweat drop. Right, said Kara. I guess I'll see you around the farm and the town, she said. Yep, hope y'all don't mind too much, said Naruto. Kara shook her head as she was about to speak again, but Martha cut her off. Well, it was nice meeting you, dearie, she said. But we have perishables. About to go. Bad, so we're gonna be heading back. Would you like a ride home? You're on the way, she said. No, but thank you. I got a bit more shopping to do. And I enjoy the walk back, he said. Very well, dear. Stay safe, and we'll see you around. With one last thank you and handshake Jonathan, they went their separate ways. Time skip. So why am I doing this by hand if I bought that giant line thinner, said Naruto. As Naruto questioned his new sensei. Because once you learn how to do it by hand, the tiller becomes a breeze. Plus, you won't be reliant on it when it breaks, said Jonathan. as he was sipping some iced tea. "He's right, you know," said Kara with a smile, as she cleaned up the last of the two of their lunch. "Last year our tiller broke down 3 times, and the 3 of us had to be out there, keeping things running." And Naruto sighed as he grabbed the hoe and nodded. "Makes sense, but it still sucks." The two Kent laughed at the blonde as they looked towards the field that was almost ready for seeding. It had been 1 week since Naruto met the rest of the Kents that live in Smallville, and it had been interesting. Jonathan had shown up the next morning just like he promised at 5, and Naruto had been working from sun up to sundown. However, Jonathan, being the practical man he was, did not just sit back and watch. He was shoulder to shoulder with Naruto, helping him and teaching him as much as he could. After the first day, and Jonathan making a slight joke about Naruto ramen habit to Martha, the two female Kents have been hard at work making lunch for the two every day. "It's not that I think he's wrong," said Naruto, as he took another sip of water. "It just sucks," said Naruto, as the two of them made their way to the back of the first field. Kara, seeing the both of them out of sight, she blurred off at amazing speeds back towards the Kent farm. Naruto collapsed, exhausted. "I think I'd rather fight a S-class criminal." Once again, he said. "I told you," said Kurama. "Studying and knowing what to do is 2 completely different things." "At least I have help. Damn good help," said Naruto. Kurama smirked as he couldn't help but answer. "The blonde with a nice ass is not helping you, just you, man. And he's damn good help, you jackass," said Naruto. "But I would say, I still feel restless. Almost incomplete." "I guess I just really miss them," said Naruto. "You can't change the past, kid. No one can," said Kurama. "All you can do is live for now, and look towards the future." As Naruto mentally nodded, knowing that the fox was completely right. Time skip. It has been 2.5 months since Naruto was dropped into this new world. His farm was coming along well. All the fields had been tilted and seeded, with his crops coming about to hip height. Jonathan had taught Naruto how to use all of his equipment and for the most part, checking on Naruto every once a week after the initial tilling and seeding lessons. However, Kara had been here almost every other day, either bringing him lunch or going downtown with him. Though she was amazed by his decision to not buy a car, and he would always use his cart that he had purchased to pick up his intake of weak ramen. Naruto enjoyed the walk from town to his home, so he didn't want to buy a vehicle, and occasionally Kara would accompany him. The two of them had become the talk of the town. There was even a pool going on for when they would finally get together, but both of them were just friends. Speaking of walking, as Naruto was walking in town with his cart, as he was heading there for one purpose, that was to restock his ramen supply. The cart could not handle the speeds of shinobi travel. He found that out the hard way, as he couldn't really run full speed with it. It ended up getting destroyed. You have to admit, it was rather funny when you were running behind it at full speed, so no one could see you. And then it hit that rock, and you were thrown right over it. Kurama laughed. "Oh, shut it, fuzzball," said Naruto. "Tch, payback's a bitch, ain't it?" As Naruto ignored him as he finally arrived. As Naruto made his way towards his favorite aisle. "What the hell?" he shouted. Naruto practically teleported to the front of the store, dragging his cart behind him. "Mr. Cloverfield, what happened to all the ramen? It's all gone," said Naruto. "Normally you get in my replacement order by Tuesday, and today is Thursday. What happened?" said Naruto. As Naruto was crying crocodile tears to the lady that always checked on his purchases. She smiled, knowing that the tears were fake by this point. The poor young man loved the noodles a bit too much in her opinion, but she wasn't one to judge. "Naruto dear, stop your crying. It isn't very manly, and it would embarrass Kara, now would it?" she asked sweetly with that grandmotherly tone. As Naruto stopped as he looked around, to make sure he wasn't bumped over the head by his friend. Oh yeah, she was visiting her cousin. Mrs. Cloverfield shook her head at his antics. "When are you gonna ask the poor dear out?" Naruto almost fell over in surprise from that question. With the look the both of you send each other when she's in town, it has sent the town in a frenzy, wondering how long it will take. "I appreciate the whole town getting involved in my love life, but we're only friends," said Naruto. That was true after all. They would see each other in town ever so often and they hang out a bit. Whether it was at the library, or them grabbing a bite to eat, or her following him as he cleared the store out of ramen. Yes, well anyway, the reason why we didn't get any ramen this week is because the factory is holding a customer appreciation fair. As she reached on the decks and handed Naruto a flyer, it's in Metropolis and it will be taking place Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Naruto stopped paying attention when his eyes saw what the flyer said. As much free ramen as you can take home. Naruto dear, are you listening? She said. Yeah, said Naruto. As Naruto leaned in and hugged her, thanking her for this flyer as he quickly said goodbye as he rushed home. Once Naruto was outside, he picked the card up. He arrived home within a matter of seconds, arriving towards the location, and started to get ready. How on earth do you plan to get to Metropolis? I'm gonna Google map that shit and run at top speed, said Naruto. Kurama pointed out one flaw in his plan. Who's gonna watch the farm while they're gone? Naruto was already throwing his clothing into his pack, his computer on. I'll see if the Kents can watch it, plus it's only for a few days. And nothing major has happened for another few weeks, according to Jonathan Sensei. Kurama realized that Naruto had actually thought this through, so he had no other point to argue about. After grabbing direction from his printer, Naruto slipped on his pack as he made his way towards the Kent's place. Naruto knocked on doors, he waited for Marta to open it. She was always on the inside doing something interesting, mainly with food. Hey there, dearest, she said. Do you need Jonathan for something? Or are you finally here to ask Kara out? As Naruto was about to respond until she asked the second question. Why does everyone keep on asking me that, he said. Marta just shot him an amused look. Yes, said Naruto. I need to ask Jonathan Sensei something. Well, give me a minute to go and fetch him, she said as she motioned for him to come inside. It didn't take long for them to come back. Hey there, kid. Marta said that you had a question for me. As Naruto told him that he was heading out of town and needed to check on the field whenever he had time in the weekend. Oh, that's not a problem, kid. I got it covered, Jonathan said. As Marta had another question though. Where are you going, she said. It must be far if you won't be able to watch your place. And seeing that you don't have a car. Huh. Hole number 2 in your plan. There's no way that you'll be able to dig himself out of this one, Kurama thought. I am going to Metropolis for the weekend, said Naruto. Before the two could say anything, he spoke once again. I'm taking a bus. I already got my ticket and everything, said Naruto. I'm meeting it downtown shortly. Both were glad that he wasn't trying to walk there, but they still weren't sure why he was going. You wouldn't happen to be going just to visit Kara now, would you? Marta asked. All three of them knew that she was currently apartment watching for her older cousin. But what Naruto didn't know was that meant she was currently on call for the Justice League. Because if that is the case, you have our blessing to finally ask her out on a date, said Marta. What? No, said Naruto. I'm going to the ramen factory for Customer Appreciation Weekend. As much free ramen as I can take home, he said, with much too much excitement. Both of them gave him a look as they were well aware of the bottom pit that his stomach was. When it came to the noodles, hell, the whole town knew about it. They had to order 2 separate orders, one for the rest of the town and one for him. Alright, dearie, but if you change your mind, you still have our blessing, Marta said, with a smile. A little gleam in her eyes. Come on, Marta, said Jonathan, you really need to lay off on him about that. She scowled at her husband, but she didn't bother responding, as Naruto bade them goodbye before walking off. Once Naruto was out of sight, he sealed his pack. He then moved off at speeds that only the Flash would be able to follow. Reaching the city in about 10 hours was good timing. He only had to break once to go to the bathroom. As Naruto quickly scouted the area around the factory, looking for a hotel nearby, as Naruto paid for the 3 nights that he was going to stay in it. As he dropped his pack and jumped on the bed, flipping on the TV. Supergirl and Steel, with the help of Booster Gold, managed to stop Metro Bank robbery from earlier this morning. Though many are wondering where this new hero came from, as Naruto was barely listening as he was prepping his scrolls so that he could hold his ramen. Hey Kurama, said Naruto, you might want to take a nap with super strong shields, because it's gonna get crazy. I'm already ahead of you. Been building shields since you left, said Kurama. Knowing how crazy Naruto could be, he was just gonna block him out and let him enjoy his crazy ramen-induced fever. The next morning as Naruto woke up, his hand was under his pillow, on the kunai knife that he held there. Despite being a censor, Naruto still hated sleeping in the open. As he glanced towards the closet, before he returned, and made his way to the bathroom. As Naruto made his way once he was done with the morning routine, he made sure to eat light. As he then made his way towards the place that dreams are made, well, his dreams. What he wasn't expecting was to see Kara with 2 men and a woman that he was not familiar with. That is so unfair, Clark, Kara said, as she was pouting. Standing with her was Clark Kent, the Man of Steel in disguise, Jimmy Olsen, and the very famous Lois Lane. Kara, I promise, we will spend some time once this is over. he promised to his cousin. She had been watching the city for almost a week, while he had been off-world. Yes, Smallville, Lois said, her nickname for Kara. It shouldn't take too long, we're only here for their opening speech. The Daily Planet sent their 2 top reporters, pretty much last minute due to not hearing out. The craziness until the last minute. Nobody expected that the ramen factory would be hosting a 3-day customer appreciation weekend, let alone giving away free product. Yeah, Kara said. Although it sucks, she thought to herself. The one person who would enjoy this the most was not here, she thought. As she thought about her friend back in Kansas. I am sure that he will sell his soul to be here, she thought, smirking at her own thoughts. She said the first part out loud. Who would that be, Jimmy asked. He would never admit it, but he had a small crush on the woman next to him. Yes, Kara. Who would that be? Asked Clark, as he was out of the loop. Suddenly she was picked up, as she was being swinged around. But it doesn't suck anymore, Kara-chan. I'm here to enjoy the gift from Kami that he has blessed this poor soul with. A large vein started to pulse in her head, knowing full well who would embarrass her this bad, right in front of her cousin. And his friends no less. Naruto, put me down, she screamed, as she hammer-dropped both of her hands into his head, which caused him to stop and slam right into the ground. However, that caused her to drop right in her butt as well, as she grabbed him and held him up once she got to her feet. What have I told you about embarrassing me, she said. She started to shake him, as it was rather, well, funny, as she was 5'2", and Naruto was 6 foot tall, as she was shaking him. You said not to, said Naruto as she dropped him, as he groaned from dizziness, as he looked up towards her, rubbing the back of his head. Sorry about that, Kara-chan, he said, as the other 3 finally got a good look at him. Why do you have your pack with you, Kara said, as she finally realized he had it on him. The flyer mentioned free ramen, so I figure I would take as much as I can carry. She kinda forgot about those that were with her until Clark cleared his throat. Excuse me, Kara, but mind introducing us? She blushed in embarrassment. Clark, this is my friend Naruto. Naruto, this is my cousin Clark. His co-worker Lois Lane. And Jimmy Olsen, she said, introducing them. Naruto was about to say something until, excuse me, as he was interrupted by a balding man. You wouldn't happen to be Naruto Uzumaki, would you? Naruto slips his hands in his pockets, his hand already on his weapon, as he was caught off guard by who the hell was this. Yes, I am, said Naruto. The older gentleman smiled as he walked up, as Naruto tensed up as Lois noticed. What the hell? It's like he's expecting to be attacked. The man then reached his hand out. I am chairman and CEO of the Bumblebee Ramen Company. I just want to thank you personally for helping us turn quite a large profit this quarter. Naruto blinked as he slowly pulled his hands out and shook the man's hand. Oh, it's not a problem, said Naruto. Why would the CEO be thanking one customer before the speech? Lois asked. Well, Miss Lane, the man said, turned to face her. This man here spends about $1,000 a week on our products. He's in fact our largest customer in the single history of our company. 3 of their eyes widened. What? Kara shook her head. I thought you said you cut back on how much you were eating it. Well, I did cut back, said Naruto. I used to spend about $2,000 a week on it. The CEO laughed at that. Well, young man, we appreciate you coming and of course your business. And I must say you and your girlfriend make quite the couple. Both blondes blushed. We're not a couple. We're just friends, both of them said. The both of them then turned toward each other after they heard what each other said. Before they turned away blushing, the CEO bid them a farewell as he headed back. While they waited, they became better acquainted with Clark, watching Naruto with a close eye. Clark was listening as he could tell that Naruto was lying about his past. For what reasons he did not know, but he would make sure that Batman run a check on him when he got the time. The small talk ended though, when the factory doors opened. The open speech was small and short. And now if you all will follow me, we will tour the factory. Wow, this place is awesome, said Naruto. Smallville, why are we staying, said Lois, ready to get out of there. I don't know about you, Lois, but I'm staying to keep an eye on my cousin, now that the story is over. Lois smirked. What? Don't trust the guy. Some of the things that he said just doesn't add up to me. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Smalls. He raised an eyebrow towards her. I'm an ace reporter, she said. I know when people lie. He's good at hiding it, but he was. They kept walking with Jimmy out of earshot, as he was busy taking pictures. Plus, if you watch, he tensed up when anyone that he doesn't know comes near him. Clark decided to humor her and watch Naruto carefully, as he noticed, anytime someone got close to him, 3 feet to be exact, he would tense up, preparing for an attack that never came. How did you notice that? He said, as he was surprised that he missed it. I've interviewed my fair share of soldiers and police, she said. To me, it looked like he's suffering from a mild case of post-traumatic stress disorder, she said. PTSD? Really? She nodded. As Jimmy caught up, Clark, who was lost on this new guy and the whole PTSD thing. Well, he didn't hear the gunshots until it was too late, as a toy plane crashed into the factory, followed by a fleet more as Toyman ride in on the toy plane. People started to scream and shout and try to get out as quickly as possible. As Naruto grabbed Kara, threw in the arm over her head to keep her head down, and ran towards other three. We have to get out of here now, said Naruto. He spoke with authority, all of his childlike innocence gone. The other three nodded as they kept low and head for the exit. As they made it out, as Clark checked on Kara to keep up human-like appearances before he got lost in the crowd. As Naruto turned back to the building, who the hell was that? Toyman, Lois said. Though why is he attacking the factory? Naruto did not know what to say about that, as he started to feel out the factory to see if anyone was left, as there was a bunch of signatures on top level. Naruto rushed off. Hey wait, Lois shouted at him. Is he crazy? Said Lois. Jimmy did not feel like answering because what you've seen of Naruto already, he would have said yes. As Naruto got inside, he pulled a scroll before going through hand sign, slamming his hand down, poof. Once the smoke cleared, Naruto stepped out in his shinobi gear. His sandals, now black, led up to his pants that had the bottom tied off, chakra armor, shirt, and face mask. His headband that he altered covered his white hair, and his father coat. As Naruto rushed and leaped toward the second floor. As Naruto hasn't run into a single person yet. That bastard must have them trapped, said Naruto as he punched right through a door. Glancing up as Naruto saw one of the criminals, however, it was artificial as he could feel it, just like sorcery. As Naruto gripped his kunai, Toyman had his plane circling around a group of people that he chased up to the top of the factory. Now then, we're going to wait for the game to begin. All we need before we begin is Superman. So who wants to go first? To cry in pain for him to hear. He spotted a terrifying mother with her daughter. Well, my dear, you're first. Using his plane, he stopped circling and rushed towards the two in a dive bomb. He was about to fire until the door was blasted open. A figure in white hurled something towards him before tucking and roll. The object was too fast for him to avoid or even track, as the shuriken slammed into his plane, pushing it off course from the mother and daughter. As Toyman turned the plane to focus on, "You're not Superman." "I want to play with Superman," he said. The plane started to fire at him as Naruto flipped on the wall and ran up it. "You're cheating. No fear." Naruto did not bother to respond as he launched two kunais while running. Two of the other planes exploded, flashing through hand signs at breakneck speed. Wind style Detapa, Naruto said to himself. A majority of Toyman's squadron was smacked by the violent ear. The force of the wind sliced many of them to pieces. "What was that?" said Toyman. Naruto performed a single hand sign. The shurikens that he threw earlier started to glow in Toyman plane. "Oh, that's not good," Toyman said. Boom! As he was forced out of the plane into the ground. With the control unit in the first plane destroyed, all of them cease function and fall to the ground. Toyman recovered as he pulled what looked like a water gun out. Slice! As Naruto kunai cut right through it, acid fell on Toyman as it sliced right through the fake gun that was holding acid. Not so fake, as it fell on his arm. Toyman was scared for the first time as he held up his good arm. I give. Just take me to the police," he said. Naruto did not stop as he reached into his pouch. Pulling out a few kunais, Naruto was about to embed it into his skull. Meanwhile, a few minutes earlier, Kara and Clark had snuck off as they changed as quick as possible. When they came back, they saw the police had set up a perimeter. Superman stepped forward and approached. "Officers, what seemed to be the situation?" One of the officers turned to look at him. "Toyman has trapped a bunch of hostages on the top floor. We think he was looking for you too, but we aren't sure." Superman raised an eyebrow. "Why do you guys think that?" "Because he's hit quite a few places around town. We can only guess that he was trying to lure you out." They both thanked him as they went up. They used their x-ray vision. "I got them," said Supergirl as she pointed towards the top level. "Wait, there's someone in the stairwell." They watched in surprise as this person disabled everything in a matter of 2 minutes. However, he destroyed the gun, causing the acid to spill on Toyman's arm as it melted off. "We have to get in there now," Superman said as he realized this person was going in for the kill. Both of them flew through the window as they saw the man pulling out something out of his pouch. Superman raced forward as he grabbed Naruto's wrist. "That's enough, however, Naruto lashed out. As Naruto's fist slammed into his temple, Superman released Naruto and staggered back. Naruto moved forward quickly. His knee slammed into his stomach with tremendous force, as Naruto did not even realize who it was. However, Superman had grabbed him, and Lois was right about Naruto PTSD. And interfering with a shinobi was something that you just did not do. As Naruto slammed a fist into Superman's kidney before knocking him back, causing the two to separate. As Naruto stopped as he placed his weapons away. "Sorry about that," he said. "I got caught up in the moment, Superman." Seeing that the man was not going to make any move, Superman nodded. "Supergirl, check on the hostages." "Sure thing," she said. Glancing towards the man in white, he seemed familiar but she could not place him. "Hey, is everyone okay?" she asked. Getting nods from everyone, she walked them out, after casting one more glance towards the man in white. "Superman, why didn't you come out to play earlier? I had a wonderful gift for you in my planes," Toyman said. "Well, it was wonderful until him, that miscreant, ruined everything." "I'm sure I would have hated it," Superman said as he picked Toyman up and walked him out. "Follow me," he said to Naruto. "Well, because you demand so nicely, sure. Why not?" said Naruto. Superman was not amused. When he dropped Toyman off, he flew off with Naruto, Supergirl following. He dropped Naruto in a building. As he began the interrogation or discussion on who you might ask, it depends. "Who are you?" he said. "A new up-and-coming hero. Listen, pal, we don't kill people. We bring them to justice with the police. We aren't gods. We don't get to decide who lives and dies. Some people just got dealt a bad hand and need some help. If you were trying to get the league attention, this was definitely not the..." Naruto started to snore, disrespecting the Man of Steel. But Naruto was pretty shocked and pissed off as well at the lecture this man was trying to give him. "First of all, I'm not a new hero," said Naruto. "This was a one-time deal. I happened to be in the area," said Naruto. "And I didn't wish to wait for you coming to smash through the hostage situation. Secondly, I don't want your attention or anyone else." That caught Superman off guard. "What do you want?" "To be left alone," said Naruto as he started to walk away. Superman wasn't satisfied though. "You almost killed him, you know. No matter what is the reason, killing is wrong." Naruto turned his eyes, turning red, and slitted. "You can believe what you want, I know better. Leaving survivors leads to more problems. Problems that cost you people that you care about," said Naruto. As he started to get angry, but he caught sight of Supergirl. "Kara? I can't believe I didn't notice. I guess I just chalked it up to looking similar when I saw Supergirl photos online. But her chakra signature has always been a bit weird, and she matched Supergirl's." Naruto then disappeared in the sunshine, leaving leaf blown in the wind. "Who was that, Clark?" asked Kara. "I don't know, Kara. I don't know," said Clark. However, he was lying. He knew who exactly it was. He was used to people trying to muffle their voices, and after using his X-ray vision, he knew that the man was none other than Naruto Uzumaki, the boy his cousin has a crush on. "Come on, Kara. Let's get back to Jimmy and Lois." "Hey, don't forget about Naruto," she said. As Clark did not respond. He couldn't. He was lying to her, and it did not sit well with him. Naruto arrived back in the factory after Shunshin, as he pulled out the scroll from earlier. Seeing Lois and Jimmy talking to the police back in his normal clothing, he headed towards them. "Hey guys, what happened?" he said. "What do you mean what happened? You probably had a front row seat to it all," said Lois with a grin. "Nah, some dude snuck up behind me and knocked me out. I just woke up," said Naruto. Lois nodded as she buy the story. "Well, for now anyways." "Must have been that new hero that was with Superman," Jimmy said, adding his 2 cents. As Kara and Clark came over. "What new superhero?" Kara asked, plain dumb. "Where the hell have you two been?" Lois said angrily. "Sorry, we got pulled away by the crowd." "You guys okay?" he said, as he watched Naruto's reaction. "Yeah, we're fine, Smallville. Well, except for this moron," said Lois. "What happened?" Kara said, stepping closer to Naruto. "Well, I kind of went back in to help those people on top floor, and some dude snuck up behind me and knocked me out," said Naruto. She was surprised that you trying to help them, but she smiled at his bravery. "Sorry your weekend here has us stuck," she said, apologizing knowing that he was looking forward to the ramen. "Yeah," said Naruto, "all that free ramen I'm going to miss out on." As he frowned before he offered his arm to her. "However, I'm sure we can find a small Asian place. Care to join?" he said. She nodded as she took his arm, intending to walk off. However, Clark placed a hand on Naruto's shoulder. "Have her back to my apartment at 10, please." As Naruto tilted his head towards the Man of Steel. "That won't be a problem," he said. Clark headed off as he left Lois towards the daily plant as he made his way to his apartment as he grabbed his league communicator. John, one for transport, he said, as he was beamed up in a blue light. As he appeared in the watchtower, as he floated up to John. Where's Batman? He said. There was a bit of anger in his tone. As John was surprised by that. Currently in Gotham, is he on a case? Superman asked as he walked over towards the communication screen. Not that I'm aware of, he said, confused. Wondering what was bothering the Man of Steel. Superman pulled up Blink to Batcave. What is it? Bruce's voice came over the communication. Naruto Uzumaki, said Clark. I need you to find out everything that you can on him, as soon as possible. How soon do you need it? Before 10, said Superman. Very well. As Superman called in 3 others, the Flash, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern. Something had him really bothered. Time skip. As Naruto and Kara end up finding a place. Surprisingly though, Naruto only ordered 10 bowls, instead of his usual 30. What gift, she said, wondering what was up with his lost appetite. I didn't want to embarrass you like you asked, said Naruto with a smile. She giggled at his care for her image. Finally. So, are you gonna stay the whole weekend, or head back early? I'm probably gonna leave tonight on the bus, said Naruto. She could tell that he wasn't that excited as usual, but something more seemed off. Hey, I know that Toyman can be scary. Just me, she said. But nobody got hurt. You could stay a while longer. She was hoping that he would agree. She wasn't due back to Smallville until Sunday, and truth be told, she was missing her friend. As Naruto was trying for her, despite not being in a good mood. Toyman kind of set him off in the wrong way. Because Toyman reminded him of sorcery. It then caused the flashes of Gara's death to flash across his mind. Nah, Kara, he said. You're here to spend time with your cousin. I don't want to cut into that. Family is too important, said Naruto. Truth be told, once your cousin spilled the beans, I doubt you will be friends with me anyway, Naruto thought. He saw the way he looked at him, and Naruto was not an idiot. I mean, he wasn't even wearing a disguise. Flashes of Sasuke also appeared in Naruto's mind as well, as his hands started to tremble a bit off the pass. Kara thought that he was just shaking up from the incident. She reached over and gave his hand a slight squeeze, as neither of them released off each other's hand. Meanwhile, in the watchtower, Batman was on the screen while 5 of the original 7. The subject they were discussing was the blonde that was on a date at the moment. Well, it can be called a date. Bruce, what have you found? Naruto Uzumaki, born October 10th, currently age 19. Here on a permanent travel visa. Essentially, he's a legal, non-resident. He has quite the bank account, trading in gold coins, numbering into a couple 100,000. What else? Superman said, waiting for more. That's it. Those 2 words shocked the original League members. What do you mean that it? You're the Dark Knight, the great detective, and that's all you could find? I mean, Google search would have given us that, Flash said. While he found himself under the dreaded bat glare, I ran his ID photo through CIA, NSA, FBI, Japanese, SDF, Russia, KGB, and China Shish. Nobody has ever seen this man until 2.5 months ago when he showed up in Smallville, Kansas. How is that possible? Diana asked. He could be an alien, John Jones said. No, not with the way he left. It almost felt magical. That is what worries me, said Clark. They all knew that he and Kara was only weak against kryptonite and magic. So what do we do? John asked, as he did not like anomalies, especially ones targeting his friends. I say we go down there and make him tell us. We're not an army, John, Diana said. Besides, from creating an ID for himself, he has not broken any laws. Superman did not like it regardless. Why did he attack Toyman then? Also that blurb about leaving survivors. If I did not intervene, he would have killed Toyman. Something is not right. This guy's a wild card, said Batman as they all turned towards him. It was possible that he was once a government weapon or part of some Black Ops operation, as they realized he might have been a child soldier. Clark, Bruce said. Find out if he's staying at Metropolis for the rest of the weekend. If he is, we will stage my plan there. If not, his home in Smallville will work. Superman nodded as Batman cut the link. Well, I guess I have to go back and be happy cousin, he said, sounding depressed that nothing was being done about it right now. Hey big guy, I know you're worried about her, but she can take care of herself. Wally said. She sure as hell can, Stewart said, remembering the recent mission they went on. Superman thanked his friends as he headed toward the teleporter. John sent him off first, As for Naruto and Kara, they finished their late lunch and went for a tour around the city. They visited the park, a couple of arcades, and a few of her favorite clothing stores. They chatted some here and there, but Naruto could not get into it. His eyes never got back to being as bright as she wanted them, even when she didn't even let go of his hand after. They hold hands at the restaurant. As they finally arrived towards Clark's apartment. "Are you sure that you won't stay until Sunday?" "Positive," said Naruto. She turned towards the door until Naruto pulled her into a tight hug. "Thanks for being a good friend." She was shocked. It took her a few seconds before she hugged him back, and they parted ways. Seeing that Clark was not home, she headed in to call Barbara. "Why didn't you tell me your boyfriend was a cape?" What are you talking about? And who the hell answer a phone like that?" "I have caller ID, girl." "I don't know what you're talking about," said Kara. "Batman grilled me for about an hour about your new friend Naruto, saying that he might be a threat, and he was also the guy in the white coat, the one that took on Toyman earlier." Kara almost dropped the phone. That's ludicrous. Naruto isn't a superhero," she said. "Look, Kara, all 6 of the original members are up in arms about this. They're planning something, and Clark confirmed, without a shadow of a doubt, that Naruto was the guy in the white coat." Kara couldn't believe it. Her friend, her best friend, was the one that took on Toyman in a few minutes, and took on her cousin in a short scuffle, and scared the crap out of her. "Barbara, I have to go," she said, as she heard the door. "Kara, I'm glad you're back. How did spending time with your friend go?" Her eyes shot towards him dangerously. "Cut the bullshit, Kal-El," she said. "What is this I just heard about a league move against my friend?" Clark knew that the jig was up and he was glad. Even if it was only for a few hours, he was tired of lying to her. "Kara, he's dangerous. You were there on the roof. He said that he does not leave survivors, which means that he's killed people before. We have to assess the danger that he posed to this world." He thought that his logic will get through to her, but it only angered her even more. What danger? He's been living in Smallville for 2.5 months with nothing happening. He's not a danger to anyone. Look, if that's true, then nothing will happen. We just want to ask him some questions. And what, spill our identities to him so that our enemies can go after him? He already know who we are, he informed her. "What? How did he find out?" "Back when I told him to have you back. By 10. The look that he gave me, and not to mention I saw his eyes flicker just for a second into red. It was the same one that he used when he was speaking to me on the roof." Kara sank to her knees, not knowing what to do. "I need to know if he's staying in Metropolis till Sunday." Superman asked. "No. He caught the bus back to Smallville after he dropped me off." He placed his arm to his earpiece. "John informed the others he's heading back tonight. If Batman think his plan will work, then we should act on it tonight. We only have a few hours to prep everything." "Will do, Superman," Martian Manhunter said. "I'm coming too," Kara said from the floor. "No, absolutely not." "And why not? He's my friend," she said. "That's why you can't. Your friendship with him would cloud your judgment on the situation." She picked herself up. "I would like to see you stop me," she said. He sighed. "Very well," he said, resigned to bringing her. "Superman, Batman said that you can move tonight. I'll beam you up." "2 for a pickup," said Superman. As he beamed the both of them up, Superman and Supergirl was last to arrive. Batman was not happy. "What is she doing here?" "I'm coming along. Naruto is my friend." "No, you're not," said Batman, in a not too friendly tone. "You won't try and stop me?" she asked. "Enough, both of you," said Clark. "She's coming." As Batman scowled, but he did not say anything. "What's the plan?" As Batman walked towards the front, bringing up the image of Naruto's home. "We will teleport to the Ken's farm from there. You will all take up points. I want Green Lantern and Flash together here," he said, pointing. "I want Supergirl, John, and Diana flying above the area. John and Supergirl, you need to be flying low enough to use your powers, but high enough to not be seen. Finally, Superman, you will be on the other side of the field here." "What would you be doing?" "I'll be the one talking." "Why you?" Kara asks. "Because I'm better than all of you in interrogation, and I'll be able to see signs if he's telling the truth or not. And John can read to see if he's truthful." Kara grumbled, but she didn't say anything. "Mr. Terrific," John said. "Please send us down." He nodded, as all of them were beamed down. After getting everyone squared away, Batman approached the property. The other reason he decided to be the speaker was because he can get in and out of places undetected. As he was nearing the rear of the property, he saw the backlight was on. He was surprised as he saw that Naruto was already there. "I'll have to take a different approach. He's already back at his place." He spoke over the comms. "I know you're there. You might as well come out, Naruto said. Batman was surprised that he already located him. However, he calmly got to his feet and approached the young man that was sitting down, in a rocking chair, drinking from a clay bottle of sake. You want some, said Naruto as he poured some for the Dark Knight. Batman took the offered drink and knocked it back, as it was some of the best steak he ever had. Very smooth. Where's that from, he said. Tanzuka guy, known for their steak in casinos, said Naruto. Remember his first time meeting Tsunade? Never heard of it, Batman said. Wouldn't expect you to. It's not from this earth, said Naruto. Batman raised an eyebrow, and I take it that you're gonna talk then. No lies. Naruto simply nodded as Batman moved towards the porch, resting against the railing. So, talk, he said. You're here to find out if I'm a threat or not, aren't you, said Naruto. Batman nodded. Well, as you can guess. Or if not, I'm from a different dimension. It was one possibility I thought of, but it was confirmed by you. Mentioned a town that did not exist. As Naruto nodded, in my old world, there was no such thing as black and white. Good and evil, there was only grey. Soldiers trained from a young age to become assassins, thieves, torturers, killers. But we were also taught to protect one another, to give our life for our comrades, our friends, our village. Our last war was short and simple, compared to the other three, that is. A group known as the Akatsuki wanted to destroy the world, and reshape it in their image. To do this, they planned to unleash a great beast upon the world, the Jubi. Their leader was able to control it due to their clan blood limit. A special ability known only to that clan, Batman said. Yes, all 5 of the nations from where I am met up. They decided to make a truce and fought against this threat. But they had 2 aces that we weren't prepared for. One of them could raise the dead, but it was not like your zombies here on the TV. Mindless and dumb, easy to kill. They were complete, able to use all their abilities, and you could not kill them. You could turn the bodies to dust, completely incinerate them, and they would just reform. They knew all their knowledge, but they would fight for the creator. Family members, lovers long dead, teammates, all forced to fight the people that they once cared for so much. How did you fight against that, Batman said, disgusted by that. To fight off against someone that way, that was something that he truly despised, using the dead. We came up with seals that would contain the soul, before sending it back towards the spirit world. Many, so many died in trying to steal away legendary warriors. The second ace was another one that could replicate himself into any of us, by just a touch. Almost unbelievable to know who was the real one, and there was a lot of them. Thousands, hundreds of thousands. They snuck into the medical bay. They show no mercy, but then again none of us ever did, even before the war. Naruto seemed to get lost in thought as he looked up. We fought them back, and not by the Jubi as well, but the cost. It was just too great. The Jubi wreaked untold havoc on the nations, wiping out villages from miles away. Thousands, hundreds of thousands died. Before we could even reach it, they were all gone. Through help, I was able to defeat it, but the cost. As Naruto thought of his friends, his sensei, everyone. The cost was too great, said Naruto. And there was no one left. Just a field of dead and decaying bodies. The other heroes were enthralled in Naruto's story. If Batman even tried to signal him in, they wouldn't move. So follow the advice of an old friend. Abandon your fear. Look forward. Keep on moving. Never stop. Never stop, said Naruto. Batman processed what he was told. While it seemed like a lot, it wasn't really that much. He didn't name any names. He didn't tell them about the others in the group. He didn't tell them how they were able to stop the Jubi, or how he survived. But Batman saw his eyes. It was 2.5 months since he left the war and he was scarred by it. And while Batman felt sympathy for him, well, he still had to know if he was a threat. You said you were trained for a young age. How long have you been He realized he didn't know what Naruto was. A shinobi, said Naruto. I started to train after I became 5. The one student of my father took me in, and got me off the street, said Naruto, and force drafted me. Batman was shocked by this. Why did he force draft you? Both my parents died the day I was born. I'm not gonna go into details, but it left a lasting impression on me, said Naruto. Batman felt like he had to wrap this up. He was already disgusted by that old world of his, that would put children into these kind of things. Do you pose a threat to the Warlord Justice League? As Naruto laughed. After hearing how hard I fought for a dead world, what do you think, said Naruto. Batman did not answer, as he asked something else. How come you have not approached us about joining the Justice League then? Tell me, do you really want the assassin in your merry man of band tights, said Naruto, as he simply walked off, not waiting for a response. Feeling that the conversation was over for the night, Batman walked off the porch as he walked into the field. Mr. Terrific, pick us up, he said, as they were beamed up. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see next portion, do like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notifications they posted. Remember, share all of your friends to social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the other series. Yes, I post a brand new series of What If Naruto sealed Kaguya inside of him and trained for 6,000 years over anime prints. So go ahead and enjoy that, guys. And also, if you're new, yes, I indeed have 4 channels that I post What If on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly, every single day. And making 2 and making 3 anime prints. Links will be down in the description, so go ahead and check them out, guys. And yeah, I also post a brand new episode of What If Naruto had his father intelligence and his mother's here, so go ahead, check that out and enjoy as well, guys. So without further ado, or wasting more time, what do you say we just jump right out of here, guys? I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.